Saturday morning, the 18th. Now, today is moving day. I'm going to put them into a little paddock I'm going to make over here in about 5 minutes time. I have my ponies in behind. I moved them down yesterday. I didn't do any recording of that. It worked out all very simple. They tend to behave well when they're fenced in and under control. It's when they get out of control they can get contrary on the initial breakaway. So the cattle are here, they're kind of giving out to me now. They think I'm coming in with silage, but there's no silage coming this morning. So it's going to be a grass day today. So we're either on, you might call spring picking, although it's a little bit early for that, or winter stockpile. But it's winter growth anyhow, that's the truth of it. So that's what they're coming on to. It's in among those old last year's rushes. So they have, I'll give them a big enough area. It tends to get very wet on along down here and then dries out again on the top. So this is the wet area here. So they have plenty room and plenty dry ground there to bed down on for tonight. So I'm going to put a fence probably around here. And just before it gets wet, there's a bit of a drain there. Just before it gets wet, I'll turn it back up and make it that square. So this is what the place looks like now after 4 nights. So I went for the extra night, which is kind of natural enough since I gave them double the area from where the ponies are. So what I did was, because the cattle were going to be here them extra couple of nights, I left the ponies in on the bit of ground that they were on. So the ponies are only there for 1 night, which kind of suits me. I didn't want to go too hard on that upper side. So I'm going to leave the ponies into this larger area now, and they can clean up after the cattle. So I should go and do a little bit of fencing. They're getting excited, they're around my quad and they're not getting any satisfaction out of it. So I'm going to go and do that and I will be back. Look at this, don't break my mirrors. Look, I'm already down a mirror. Where is it? There. Yeah, that was replaced. So that's 2 mirrors on that side I'm after breaking. So I'm more or less ready. Now what I've done is, you can see I have 2 fences here. So what I'm going to try and do over there's a drain along there, and they'll be less inclined to burst through because they'll be well grounded. It's very soft along here. So what I've done is, instead of putting 2 wires in, one here and one there, I've put one there. So it's not high and it's not low. 1 wire. The ponies are already in, are they? What? How did they get in? When did they come in? Dirty tramps. Right, let me get these cattle moved. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so yeah. Right, let me get moving. So what I've noticed is the ponies know when I arrive I've the fence turned off. Could they be that smart? I do believe it. They haven't budged until I go to start fencing. There's the donkeys through and the 2 ponies. The rest of them are above. The cattle now are kind of half spooked. They don't know what to be at. Come on, girls, you coming? Come on. They'll come. So in here they're going. As I say, the picking's not amazing. I'm going to leave them on it for the 1 night and I'll be back down early tomorrow and I'll throw a bale in with them. So I'm going to have to do something here, I think, because this is not going to work. How well that tramp came in. That's Moonshine there. She tends to do that. Her sister at home does the very same thing, the foal. And now she's coming for the gap. Look. That's very annoying. Now, so these are the difficulties of running ponies directly behind the cattle if you have a tramp like that. Now, it hasn't happened that often. And it's not... I'm not suggesting that this whole thing is a failure, but it frustrates me at times. Right, I'm going to pause this now. Right, so they're going in. At times they can be just that little bit frustrating. They can be clubby. Right, so they're in. That really annoys me, the fact that they came in ahead of me. That has kind of put a spoiler to the whole thing. If you saw just in the video earlier, I was driving along, cattle follow me everywhere, and when the ponies get in, that's it, all bets are off. So they tend to realise that the power is off. I don't know how they did it or when they did it, but they did it. So I'm going to tidy up here, move the rest of them in, and that's me done for the day. So all is well that ends well. Now, it was no big deal, only I get myself more excited than anything else. The cattle are in here and all the ponies are in here. Just when animals misbehave, it winds me up more than it should, to be honest. I need to work on that. But out from that, they have their picking. That'll do them for this evening. I'll be back tomorrow morning early and we'll get them fed. And the reason why I'm chancing that single wire down low over there is I have, if they do break out, there's another wire beyond it again over at the far side. So they're fenced in anyhow, and it's no real harm if they get into that place beyond. It's puddly ground, it's the unfarmable or the unfarmed. This place was lying idle for in around 14 or 15 years before I came in, and yeah, so it's very wet. You could not, let me just walk on through it, you couldn't leave cattle in here because they go down. It's super boggy, super wet. But the thing is, the cattle will come along once, they'll pick off the green and they'll stay out of it. They're not going to hang around there all day. Why would you want to? So if the cattle were set stocked living on this, they'd absolutely mud it up. But they'll graze it off today. I'll give them a little bit of silage on the higher ground, the drier ground, and I won't keep them on it too long, and I'll leave them into, actually behind me, I'll leave them into the higher ground, and I'll probably hold them up in there for 3 days. So what I lose in this area, I'll make up for on the higher, drier place. So yeah, they're nice and furry, clean and dry, so I don't want to just dry them too much. They can go up to the knees here very easy if they were to stay on it too long. But they won't, and they're light. Watch her go through. So yeah, they do a little bit of pressing, but that pops back up again. Right, I'm gonna go. I'll probably have a look through this and post it tomorrow. If not, I'll add a bit to it or scrap it all together because I was frustrated. There's my ponies. I'm away. So Saturday morning the 19th, just a quick little update just to finish off yesterday's video. I decided this morning, I decided this morning that I'd bring them up onto this higher bit of ground. They were there for the last night. I was going to chance 2 nights out of it. It's the same size area as where the ponies were. They were in there 4 nights, but that's a much drier bit of ground. So I'm going to leave the ponies where they are for another night and then let the ponies into, it's mostly suitable to their kind of carry on. They'll pull away whatever is left in there, but the cattle are up. I've given them a little bit of silage this morning and they have their grass picking as well. So Sunday morning, this will do them now until tomorrow Monday, when I'll give them the rest of that bale that's there. So that's just on the outside of the paddock that I've given them. So they're fairly content, they're fairly full, and I think they'll lie down now fairly shortly. So Sunday morning, the 19th of January, all is well. So I'll say, for now, good luck and goodbye.